We used to get the countdown like 4, 3, 2, 1.
And
Welcome
everybody,
back to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. Tonight you had the three-headed monster, Tim, Ephraim, with his last name still on the thing, and Wayne. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little giddy because it's about dang time we got to win without a B. And it was a good win. It was a good one. I know y'all might have been looking for us the other night. I can't hold you. The Sixers quit in like the second quarter. I quit in the third. So I wasn't coming on here at the last game at that Utah fiasco. I couldn't do it. It was too loud. I was late. I was tired.
It wasn't worth it.
It really wasn't. And I know y'all really ain't want to. I know y'all might.
Yeah. Phil said, where's we at after the Utah game? Where I think, that joint, it demoralized me. It was one of them games where it was already in the middle of the week. Yeah, well, almost in the middle of the week. And then they got waxed. Like Wayne said, they gave up. At a certain point, it looked like they just gave up. And I was like, man, do I even got the energy to do this tonight? But we here tonight after a much needed victory. It was a good, solid team victory. Like I honestly felt me and Wayne was talking about this earlier. Me, Wayne, and Tim on our personal drawing. It's irritating because I felt we should have won at least 2 more games without Embiid. I felt we should have won the Milwaukee game, and I felt we should have won a Toronto game. Both them games was very winnable games. If Cork would have stepped up in the one draw and Tobias was coming off the COVID. So I understand, but if he would have hit a couple more shots, I think we could have won the Toronto game. But needless to say, Tobias played well tonight. Shot good from the free throw line, got to the free throw line, knocked the free throws down. Maxey played well. Shake even came through with some nice buckets, some threes and everything. It was a solid team. When the young boy Bassey got in, was doing his thing a little bit. Whatchamacallit, grabbing boards all over the place, drumming like he normally do. But I honestly feel we really won this game because Denver stopped. Denver ain't played good tonight. They didn't play good at all. They was off. Obviously, they missing Jamal, but they ain't play good. And that helped us win this game outside of us playing pretty decent.
I mean, you got something to say, Tim? Or
no, y'all can go ahead.
I mean, Denver been playing without Jamal all season, but I agree with you because you do know that Denver has Chicago coming in tomorrow night, and I do think they looked a little bit. Joker ain't look past nobody because Joker was giving out the business. He had like 25 in the first half. You know what I'm saying? Balling. But then like y'all was saying, Bassey, whatever his name is.
I think it's Bassey. We got to know how to say it because it looks like he about to. If he gets some time, it look like he's gonna be all right.
I mean, B come back. He's gonna be like Tony Bradley was last year. B get back, he ain't gonna get no burn. But I mean, I had liked the draft when they drafted him, and I never seen him play in college or anything until when the Sixers drafted him. I went back and started looking at film, and I thought he was a legit player. Not, of course, not no superstar type level or whatever, but I thought he was a legit NBA caliber player. And he showed something tonight, you know. He went up against the best big man in the game right now until he get back on the court. So he went up against him toe to toe. You know, Joker did his thing, but I really don't have nobody to complain about tonight. Korkmaz got his shooting under control where he wasn't jacking up at will. But I think part of that comes with because now you had other dudes taking up, like you had Shake not being shook to shoot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Seth was shooting their shot. Like these dudes was shooting in other games. They just didn't shoot. And if they're not hitting, they just don't shoot. So
yeah, we really needed to get that win. That 5-game was losing streak stunk. I mean, we played with the boy Bassey, Charles Bassey. I gotta learn his name, like I said. He looked like he's a player. I mean, Paul Reed might lost some minutes. Because he didn't even get in the game today. But Bassey, his basketball IQ is there. Like and Doc mentioned this. He said when they broke down the film, when they did film study the other day, they said he was impressed at the defenses that Bassey was real familiar with the defenses that he was running throughout the game. So if the coach likes you, you're going to get playing time. Because Drummond plays up and down to me. Sometimes he plays well, then sometimes I don't see him rotating well outside on big men. for some reason he only could. He's in that paint area, but he can't go outside that paint area. And so the boy Bassey looked like he played the Joker a lot better, especially in that second quarter, in that third, in the second half. So we might got another player. He had 11 points at one point. I don't know if he's finished with 11, but he had 11 points. He had 3 blocks, had about 9 rebounds. He was balling.
Bassey ended with 12 points. Hold up, no, 12 points, 7 rebounds. He had 3 offensive boards, 4 offensive rebounds, 7 total rebounds, 3 blocks and a steal. He did his thing.
That's impressive.
Hold up. Do we got somebody? My man Elias Manji said he watching the show from Fiji. That's what's up. Shout out to my man Elias.
Shout out to you.
Yo, what's up? What time is it in Fiji? I always want to go to Fiji too. That's on my bucket list to get there. If everything goes back up and my pockets get right. But shout out to Elias. Seth was another key. He finally got off the slide. They said he was 3 for like 18 or something like that before tonight's game coming in. So he was shooting whack. Whatever it was, he was shooting whack. He finally came around tonight, got his stroke back. He was he had 18. He was still a little off. He was 18 for 17 overall. His mid-range was popping. His 3 was still a little suspect. He was 2 for 8 on the 3. He dropped 20 points, so he helped us. Shout out to my man Minivan, 3 for 6. This is what he do. He was a great pickup coming from Utah. As soon as they signed him, I said he was a great pickup.
I'm glad Doc started him tonight too. That was a good change up and put him in the lineup.
I honestly feel and I've been saying this since last year, I think if we could get a legit point guard in here, Maxey is a 2 to me. He's not a point guard. He's trying to do his thing. I give him credit. He's trying to do his thing, but Maxey is a scorer. And he needs to be put in a role, I think, where he could just be on attack mode and not be. Because sometimes I hate when I see him go to the corner and just stand there and Court get the jacking and bricking. And I ain't hating on Court too much, but he just seems sometimes not in the offense. He's not really disengaged. I don't want to say he looked like he not engaged, but he just looked like he not really in that a couple sets that they run. I don't know. I want him at the 2.
I kind of disagree with that just a little bit because, well, for one, and the point guards in this day and era now, I mean, really, like we're in the era of kind of like positionless basketball for the most part. Like so you look at like and not saying that he's on their level, but you see Steph, you see Dame, like these are point guards, but you know what I'm saying, you look at them as scorers, but they play the point too. So, and I think when they have Maxey setting up to shoot, I think that's part of the offensive scheme of them spreading the floor. And he's been hit. I mean, he seems like his shot when he's wide open. It looks like it's I got to check out the percentages, but he seems like he's pretty decent from that 3 when he's left wide open. So you can't Simmons him from the 3-point line. You have to at least give it some attention. So and like we've been saying, man, listen, the big fella makes this machine run. Anybody that was there talking the person,
not Bassey.
Anybody that was talking all that stuff before, like, yeah, we move better without Embiid, the ball move better, it's smoother. You say what you want. Embiid carries a lot of load. That big body, that big man carries a load. Like that's what superstars do in this league. So, hopefully he comes back and he comes back. We already know what kind of conditioning he usually in. Hopefully he comes back in reasonable conditioning, whereas though we can pick up where we left off at.
He hasn't worked out in 2 weeks. He probably gained at least 35, 40 pounds.
Yo, what you're not going to do is try to come in here and hate. But
I'm telling you right now, Big has gained weight.
He probably did. I mean, we'll see what he look like when he come back. His condition historically hasn't been the best, so we're going to see what he look like when he get back. Hey, Herb, I agree. Listen, Herb, I agree with you about Ben off of pure logic standpoint. All right, he's saying that's why we need Ben because he agreed Maxey's a 2. So I hear what you saying, but we gotta realize Ben ain't coming back. for one, Ben ain't coming back. He's tapped out. He's disengaged from the franchise. I think the best thing we could do is just move on and try to get as good as a point guard we can for him. Because I do think, I hear Wayne, it is a lot of positionless basketball, but I just think we don't have nobody to, like, I see other solid point guards. Golden State, if you take Golden State to the table, I think everybody look at Golden State because they run around and do so much passing. Draymond is really like the point guard for real. But Golden State a different animal. Most other teams that have a solid point guard, you watch the point guard kind of set people up in spots. Even Ben did it to a certain degree.
Yep.
Really, where he kind of knew where dudes like to be and he'd drive and kick it out and all that kind of stuff like that. So I'm not a total Ben hater. I do realize it was some value in some of that he did. But if you get a legitimate dude in here that could do that and then let Maxey do his thing on the scoring tip and then have B when he finally come back, man, we really
like
be doing
what
something.
kind of player are you talking about? What kind of player are you talking about?
I mean,
and is it a player like that that's available to get?
I mean, that's probably the more question than anything. Like a Rondo, even if you had a Rondo, a setup dude, like a dude that knew how to get cats in position. Why would you hear? No, Ben was a tall Rondo. That was who Ben was. Ben was a tall Rondo. So all I'm saying is a dude that can set cats
Rondo
up.
wasn't getting 7 to 8 rebounds, so no, Ben's not a tall Rondo.
I'm talking.
Okay.
Oh, that's why I said he's a tall Rondo because a taller person gets rebounds.
But that makes a difference when somebody like Ben Simmons, if you can get that rebound and then you can push out on the break. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not worried about the rebound, push on break. I'm talking about facilitating
that
the
makes
offense.
a difference. But that sets up when you have a lot of spot up shooters and guys that you can shoot. That's why Seth and all those guys was getting as many open shots because of stuff like that. That's where Ben was most effective at. It wasn't like in a half court set. You know what I'm saying? Facilitate for the most part.
They said Ben right now is at St.
true.
Joe's. They say he's been practicing with St. Joe's, so he's most effective.
He most effective
on St. Joe's campus.
Yes. But listen, clutch point.
I ain't touching TJ McConnell with a 10-foot pole. I had enough of TJ McConnell dribbling around looking like
block that person. Block him.
I agree, Mr. Wing.
You can't block Mr. Wing. That's our guy.
Block
Mr. Wing said if Maxey cuts as many lots, his assist rate will go up +2.
Mr. Wing also said get TJ McConnell, so we ain't listening to Mr. Wing tonight.
But I do question how much the bounciness of the lots and all that may throw your game off and your shot off a little bit. I would just assume that a little bit. That it may. I don't know, but Maxey, I just don't think that's his lane. Everybody has their lane. I think he's working hard to try to be that a little bit, but I just think he's a natural scorer. I think that's
we got Mike Scott listening on the show. It's like, no, I think that's my dude, Mike. Is that you, Mike?
Listen,
but listen,
I was trying to make a point for y'all.
I think Maxey can score from outside the paint. Maxey has a decent mid range and a floater and everything.
He's developing one.
He do.
Yeah.
There was an article that came out yesterday or today.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
His name is Ali Rondo. Oh no, I thought I'm about to say his name Ali Rondo. Of course,
I just want to finish my point.
I read it wrong.
I just want to finish my point.
Okay, go ahead.
There was an article that came out that's saying that that they're going to target James Harden in free agency this year after the end of the season, and that they want to make a big three of Ben Simmons, Embiid, and Harden.
Who said that?
This was coming out. This is what they're saying. That that's
Ben Simmons is gone.
Is this off the dark web? This off the dark web?
That's what you think. That's going to be our big three.
Is this one of them dark web articles that you like pulling up? That
no,
all these rumor mill reports that never really materialized.
You know what Tim do? Tim go and he look up Ben Simmons and he searched through the 50 articles that says Ben Simmons is out the door, and he find the one dude that's in their grandmother's basement that's like, I'm gonna watch you make waves. And Ben Simmons is going to be the structure of that. See, they said, you see what they put out? They said it. Who is they, Tim? Who is they?
The same day that you talk that the articles that you be printing out. Same people.
Who is they? What's your source?
I said Clutch Point released an article. as an article that was out there. Was Connor was quoting the boy Pompey.
What's it called? Clutch Point, Clutch Sport. Is there like affiliation with Clutch Sports? Is this Ben team?
Yes,
That's what I'm saying. Like you I'm not trusting your sources. I agree with Mike Scott. I don't trust them sources. First of all,
we need more people.
As much as I would like to say, first of all, Harden is better than if we could get Harden and Ben leaves and we bring Harden in. I'm cool with that.
You're getting him out of free agency.
I told y'all. First of all, I told y'all about Harden. As much as let me not go on my tangent, but I'm gonna say this.
Don't.
The boy Harden is that 30 games of 30 points, like 36, 38 games he had of 30 plus points per game. That streak was fraudulent. It was fraudulent, and I'm gonna tell you why. And y'all know it because I personally went through the first 15 games of that streak. And like 4 of them, he shot over 15 free throws. One game he shot 19 free throws. That streak would have been ended
all the time.
The streak would have been ended, is what I'm saying. So the streak was fraudulent. Harden is a very good basketball player. Teetering on great.
I mean, Harden is still averaging 20 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 8.8.
Yes, and he was averaging over 36 a game before. So that shows you
not with Brooklyn. He wasn't. Or when he was,
I'm talking about with Houston.
Yeah, but it's a difference. He's on a team now with another superstar, with another alpha. He's not going to. He don't need to put up them numbers like that.
Yeah, he still needs to put up 25 because they lost against every good team they played against. They beat the garbage teams, but they lost against every good team. So he still needs to put up about 25, 27, and he can because they're not calling the free throw. Yesterday's game, not 2 days ago, the game against Golden State, he went to the line 11 times. It's the most he went all year. He's averaging like 5 free throws a game. Once they pulled that away from Harden, he turned back to Harden, the real Harden, who ain't going to the free throw line 15, 18 times a game and got people scared to touch him, so he getting free layups. Harden ain't that good, y'all. I'm telling y'all. From my personal opinion.
You out rabbit mind.
He not.
I know.
He not. He not.
Yo, they calling the boy Charles Bassey C Bass. So he got a nickname already.
Oh, Seabass. Yeah. Remember Seabass from what was that, Dumb and Dumber? That's where they get that name from. I'm optimistic about him. Hopefully he can come in there and he can put some legit work in. It looks like he's a little, but you know what's sick? And Wayne said this before though. I seen Bassey in the paint a couple times. We could have threw some oop passes to him, some fed him down there down low. And Cork a little goofy though. Because Cork loves not to pass and down low and then run back out to the 3 and jack up a 3 and brick. A couple times I saw that with Paul Reed. I'm seeing this a little bit with Bassey. I don't like how it seems we hesitant to feed the post a little bit more than we should when B not in there. I don't like that.
Well, Toby actually looked like Toby looked like he was making a point to try to do that.
Toby does, yes. I agree. Yes.
Yeah. You know, the last 5 games.
As soon as you said, hold up real quick, Tim. As soon as you started talking about, Ephraim, as soon as you started talking about Harden, the joint popped up on my phone talking about from Hoop Hype, talking about the Sixers interested in Harden and interested in Jeremy Grant for Ben Simmons.
But I just said that y'all
I like Jeremy Grant. We bring him back. He was here before.
No, you said this. A minute ago you said for Ben Simmons to be a part of the big 3 with Harden.
Yes,
exactly.
That's the same. I just said
no. This is saying that trade Ben Simmons and bring in Jeremy Grant.
That was one article in Hoop Site. That's one article, but the other article for bringing Harden is to do a big 3, so it can be Harden, Embiid, and Simmons.
I would rather have Harden. If I have Harden coming in here on free agency, I would rather have Harden, Jeremy Grant, and Embiid.
I mean, if you can get Jeremy Grant, but if you can get those big 3 as far as Harden,
and if you could keep Tobias with that, oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's next. Then the great thing about it is if you have Ben, you're not even worrying about his scoring like that.
No, we don't want Ben in that. I'd rather have Harden run my point guard position and have Ben Simmons run in another town.
Harden be
and the key word being run, especially in the playoffs.
So the boy Tyrese Maxey, I want to talk about the young boy. Paul Hudrick, he said that in the last 5 games, he has been averaging 25 points a game and shooting 52% from 3-point land. So the boy's getting better. I know I kind of want him to give me 30 a night.
He was 2 for 3 tonight, 66% from 3.
So, but he's doing his thing. I gotta get a young boy shout out again.
Hey, up T, tell Ephraim again, please.
What he
exactly.
Say? What he say?
You do realize that James Harden is coming off a torn a hamstring from last season, right?
Okay, let's go back to playoff Harden, and this is the argument I made before. This is one of the reasons why Harden gets ousted out the playoffs when they should have won. They should have beat Golden State one year, even when they had the year KD got hurt and Steph snapped a little bit, but they still should have won. They had Chris Paul and they had Harden. They should have won that series. The reason why they don't and Harden gets out in the playoffs because they don't call free throws in the playoffs for Harden. This is why y'all see Harden.
You realize that Harden still was balling. You realize Harden still was putting up points. Right?
This is why a decent number, but it wasn't to his. Once again, it falls off. That's why he went 0 for 13 in the playoffs that one year. This is why Harden has these historically bad playoff performances because he's not getting the calls. This is what you're seeing now. They calling this year like they call playoff basketball. I can't imagine what the playoffs going to look like if they calling the calls like they are now. I can't imagine what the playoffs going to look like. It's going to be crazy. But Harden doesn't get the calls in the playoffs like he get in the regular season, and that's one reason why he begins to melt down. So this ain't all the injury stuff. Yeah, I would give him a little bit of a leeway for that. But Harden not getting them calls is huge to his game because for one, it gives him points on the free throw line. For two, it makes defenders hesitant to get in his way because they know he's fishing for the foul and he's getting it. So now I don't want to get in foul trouble. So he gets a lot more clear paths to the basket. He gets a lot more easier jump shots and all that other stuff like that. So with you taking that away from Harden, it takes away a huge part of his game. And that's why ain't looking good.
Against with KD and them when Harden played against them, he averaged 28.7 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 6 assists and 2
Would
steals.
he shoot?
No, now why you got 40%. Man, what did he shoot?
That's huge. I'm sorry.
He shot 41%.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Steph shooting
43% from 3.
And what? When?
This year.
No, he not.
Why ain't he?
You talking about from 3? I'm talking about from the field goal. What's his field goal percentage?
No, it was. But who else was Harden gonna have shooting on that team though? Yeah, you had Golden State, this monstrous team with KD and Steph and what's his name? The one that you hyped to come back now. Clay. Yeah,
but he didn't only lose to Golden State though. He didn't only lose to Golden State.
Some of them. Harden numbers don't fall down like that in the playoffs.
Yes, they do. Look at them. Look at it. They fall off. This is why he don't win.
But you was real geeky about getting Harden last year, though.
What'd you say?
You was real geeky about getting Harden last year, though.
Sure was.
Yeah, they was calling fouls last year. Now that I didn't know they was going to change the rules like that. Now that they changed the rules, he can stay in the jersey. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather get CJ McCollum. Somebody who this is why if you notice, the dudes who don't really go to the free throw line like that historically are still scoring. KD's still scoring. KD ain't missed a beat. Matter of fact, he been more efficient this year than at this point in his whole career. Steph ain't miss a beat. These dudes only go to the free throw line 6-7 times a game at best. So they never fed off going to the free throw line. All them dudes who even B, that's why I still feel B suffering a little bit because he's used to going to the free throw line 12, 13 times a game. That's hurting these Bulls games a little bit. So I'm still not mad if we get him. I'm not saying he trash, but he not this prolific 30-point-a-game scorer like he did when he scored 38 straight games, scoring over 30 plus and averaging 37 points a game. That stuff is a little bit of cat added in with the free throw stuff. That's all I'm saying. Yes, I talk about Curry too much. Curry is incredible, Tim. If you want to put that question up there, the Bull Curry is playing outside his mind right now.
Listen,
on a whole nother level.
I didn't do that.
Whole nother level.
I didn't do that, Paul.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But all that being said, I mean, I was actually trying to get tickets to that Sixers Golden State game when Golden State come here because I was actually looking at tickets for both games. Bruh, I looked up tickets for that new arena they got there in Golden State. The tickets anywhere on the first floor, the first level is $395 and up. You ain't getting nothing for nothing less than $390 for pretty much $400. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Mr.
They're
Wayne,
priced out to good fans.
Stop. Maxie's ceiling is Dan Marley. That's the hate. Is this Howard Eskin or something? Like
Thunder Dan was that bull though.
This no, Thunder Dan wasn't that bull. Thunder Dan
was the bull.
That 93.
He the main reason why he the main reason Phoenix lost, because he was jacking up shots from where Steph Curry shoot now and was bricking and laughing. Them and the coach laughing. Like, why'd you jacking up them whack shots against Mike and them?
He was off. He did what Stojakovic did to Sacramento the year they lost to the Lakers when the Lakers got robbed. I mean, when Sacramento got robbed too.
Do y'all like that boy Will Burton?
I mean, he was balling tonight
because he gave him something. He's streaky though. He a little streaky though.
I gotta see more. I can't.
Tim about to say he better than anybody on the Sixers. You know how y'all do. A dude had one game like he's the best ever. He's the best closer ever for the Sixers. He shot 43% from 3-pointers. His efficiency rating is Ephraim. Look at you see he got his dual phone out now. His efficiency rating is such and such. He could be a great closer. Like, come on, bro.
Efficiency. See, just like you say, I don't pay enough attention to defense. You don't pay enough attention to efficiency. Efficiency wins games. That's why I hated on Westbrook. And you were saying how much you love Westbrook and it was your favorite point guard of all time and all this stuff like that.
See, that's more cap that you said.
Okay, that's what
Westbrook had a better career than Nash. Yes.
I don't think so. But that's my thing. And because that's what I say, Nash is more of a more efficient player than Westbrook. Westbrook is so inefficient. He loses games for you. That inefficiency loses games. So that's huge. That's why you got to love that Maxey shooting 50-something% the last 5 games from 3. That's incredible. 66% tonight. That efficiency wins games. That's look all
that efficiency the last few games and we lost. Why? Because the defense ain't stopped.
No. You know why? You know why we lost? Why we lose the Milwaukee game? Because Korkmaz was 2 for 18, inefficient. Mm-hmm. We lost the Toronto game because Tobias was shot 30-something% overall, inefficiency.
But when you just told us how
baskets you lose.
Yeah, and you don't make baskets when you play defense on them.
Defense is huge. Defense is huge. But we missed a lot of easy shots. Even the reason why Denver got spanked the way they spanked. Boy, Aaron Gordon was what, like 3 for? He was like Korkmaz. He was like 3 for 17 or something. Like he played like trash.
He garbage. He's garbage.
He fell
I
off.
don't like his game
He's
at all.
done.
I think we're gonna do.
Mark, I agreed. I didn't think Westbrook definitely wasn't a good pick for LA. I don't know what they was thinking. LeBron should have been filling up shooters all around himself. But they missed the wing. You right. This is exactly what Ephraim was one of them. Ephraim probably was one of them clients with a spoon. He was probably one of them.
What about who?
All them years and everybody was like Spoon the next Barkley. Remember them boys that was all hyped up? Speedy Claxton gonna take AI spot. Then when that was probably one of them dudes when AI left, he was like call it Iggy AI. Y'all
never that.
You know AI. First of all, the new AI in the building.
AI was my favorite. The real AI was my favorite player. So Iggy never got that call. But I was a young boy when Spoon got here. So I was hoping that Spoon Barkley was my favorite player. So I was hoping that Spoon could be baby Barkley. That's what was the aspirations. Because you know Spoon he was at the time he got his shot blocked for the most out of any rookie in history, his rookie year. I don't know if anybody ever surpassed that. But Spoon, I mean, they tried, but Barkley was one of a kind. You ain't replacing Barkley.
Ali, bro. What makes you think Golden State is going to give you Jordan Poole and Wiggins for Ben Simmons?
Who high? Who on crack?
Ali said it. But listen, this is my thing, right? Everybody that's talking about get Ben out of here. I don't think that the Sixers really been offered no great people for Ben Simmons. I think the Sixers been out of pocket with what they was asking for, but I don't think Jaylen Brown was ever offered for the Sixers. I think other teams say we're interested in Ben. What do we need to get Ben Simmons and the six? And then Morey just come out of there like out of space with some stuff. Give us 5 number ones, your best, your second and third best player, and options. And then they like, never mind, we out. But I don't think that no real talent been offered for Ben Simmons, in my opinion. I mean, maybe the guy Brogdon in Indiana. That might be the best talent that was offered.
I think we
Wayne,
I think we could have got CJ.
You still think the Joker is better than Beat?
No, I never thought Joker was better than Beat.
What do you think, Tim? You asking the question?
As a total player, do you think Joker's defense is good?
No, I think Embiid is better.
Oh, I do too. I was just joking about that when I said. Notice I said the best big man in the league now until Embiid gets back.
Yeah.
Y'all think we're gonna do all right against Portland? Do you think we can build off of this 1 point lead?
I mean, Portland ain't playing the best, so I mean, we should be able to.
Now that we got a real big man, I think now that we got another big man to go with Drummond, because
I think Dame went off the other night. So
we'll
see. Yeah, I think he had a good game the other night. But it was only listen, Dame ain't been playing good at all this year. So CJ actually been holding the team down better than Dame this year. But
Dame wants out, bro. I'm convinced Dame wants out, but Dame doesn't want to say he wants out.
Hey, Wayne, why is your daughter not in the bed?
Don't worry about it.
He running. Listen, the inmates is running the asylum.
The inmates run the asylum. Yeah. Clearly, you don't got no control.
Wayne he's just a figurehead. That's all he is. He ain't.
She probably want her computer back. Like, yo, Daddy, now. I want my computer.
Hey, PA Assassin, I do agree. Hey,
think what y'all did.
PA Assassin said, "No, ain't no ballers out here named Clarence." That was kind of funny. I actually had to agree with that. I mean, listen. Let's say this: is B coming back? When is B coming back? That's the real question, I guess. Is he coming back for the next game?
I don't think so. B, he's a 20-game minimum that he's gonna be out for this coronavirus. He probably in Congo.
Come on, talking about 20-game. He ain't no daggone 20-game minimum.
B, he exaggerate everything.
He just got past the protocol. Evidently, he ain't passed the protocol.
Right now, he probably hooked up to all types of IVs at his crib, just chilling. He ain't coming back no time soon.
I mean, first of all, we play Portland next, right?
We play Portland on Saturday at 10 o'clock.
And then we play Golden State Monday?
I don't know.
I think it's Portland and Golden State, right? I think Monday or Tuesday we played up. So we ain't beating Golden State if B don't come back. So we need to beat Portland.
We mopping Golden State.
Okay.
We gonna bully ball them boys.
Okay.
I can't wait for Steph to get hurt.
Listen, that first of all, don't wish
Bible will be back and put the cuffs on.
Once Bible's back, Bible taking a long time to come back too.
Yeah, he is. What's up with him? I don't listen. Maybe they got a.
How about they really have what we call the pandemic thing? Maybe they really have that. Everybody just
he was back in like 3-4 games.
But that's what I'm saying though, and Seth had it, and it ruined his whole season up until the playoffs. So all I'm saying is sometimes we get, because we so used to hearing people going to the protocol because they've been exposed to it, this, that, and other. So you just expect, okay, they just got to wait till they get the you know what I'm saying, the clearance.
Two negative
tests. But sometimes these bulls actually have people really are still getting it and are sick. So
no, they said B really did have it, but like I said, and B,
he's gonna embellish it.
He's gonna rock it. But we actually play Sacramento on Monday, and on next Wednesday we play Golden State. So we got some
Wednesday.
Time.
Okay, we should be. Well, how's Sacramento playing? Sacramento actually playing pretty. They're actually playing pretty good. They're not winning, but they playing competitive basketball.
That was another trade that was on. They wanted to do Ben Simmons for Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hill. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
Wait,
why
what?
Not?
Wait, say again.
Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hill for Ben Simmons.
And they offered that.
Tim,
offered it. Y'all need to stop.
So
y'all do this to yourselves.
Don't say y'all.
Y'all do this to yourselves.
Where Tim at?
Y'all do this to yourselves. You sit there and you hear all these rumors. You know what it is? You know who it is? This is what's going on. It's somebody sitting there doing a podcast like ours. even got more followers or something, more people subscribing,
I'm
and they just
telling
say some old random dumb stuff out their mouth, and then some kind of way Tim on the internet and then Twitter and all this other stuff, and he's like, "Yo, did you hear the rumor such and such?"
I'm
And then
just
something
a messenger.
started.
I'm just a messenger.
What I do know is LeBron played himself because he had a chance to get Buddy Hill, and they wanted Westbrook, and we'll see how that how that turns out.
Hey, Mark, did you think the Sixers will win tonight? No, you didn't. So I'm not discounting any game. Talking about get a dog for Golden State. Of course, Golden State the favorite. Of course, they the favorite, and they should mop us. But I don't necessarily know that to be the case. I'm gonna go in there watching now. But if by the second quarter, it's looking like that Utah game. Look, I'm checking out.
Mr. Wayne, that was funny.
What he
said?
say?
Tim source Tim.
Tim probably be the one. Tim will be on Twitter with some what they call it, the not catfish, but like with the dummy account, like the KD account. Tim be on there with the KD account on Twitter, like my sources tell me.
Those are
and then he shares it with us with a random name on there. See, you see the source?
Yeah, that ain't happening. Joel, I mean, Ben ain't. I can't see him pulling that off. I mean, maybe if they were talking about him in a first round, a Maxey or something, maybe you get that. But I'm kind of tired of talking about the Bull Ben because I feel personally he should have been going by now. We should have been made a move on somebody. But somebody made the comment earlier, said they think Morey trying to force him to play, which he probably is. But Ben ain't playing, man. He ain't. Bro, we went down to the game. Shout out Jacqueline Kemp. We went down to that game. And the venom and vitriol that people have about this Bull, Ben Simmons, if he come back, I don't think he got the heart and the mental wherewithal to undergo what may come his way. Now, it may not be an overwhelming boo session. But he gonna get that work. He gonna get that work.
They walking around, people with Simmons jersey. We had a couple young boys in front of us with Simmons jersey. They had his name covered up with Mr. Softy. The boys was out there selling all kind of defamatory shirts with Ben Simmons' name on it, all kind of different.
All he got to do is drop 25 in a quiet everybody.
Okay, so he don't. So he start bricking.
And how many games do you think it'll take for him to drop 25?
They'll be okay with it. They don't want to see the same Ben Simmons.
What do you think they're going to see, Tim?
The same Ben Simmons.
See, I had a vision.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody said you're drinking that ball water. That's that ball water vision.
This guy opened up and talked to you, huh? Okay, let's see.
I got 10 commandments, but no, seriously, the boy Ben, one thing about Ben Simmons that everybody agree that he can make other people better with his assistant.
If Ben.
That's the mark of a great superstar is they had the ability to make other people.
He's not a superstar.
He's not.
What he's missing is the get buckets type. He hasn't gotten the.
See, first of all, you know the one thing you did see when you mentioned superstar. You know what usually makes superstars? They're mental. The superstars have that mindset, that dog in them. Ben Simmons is nowhere near a dog. He's more of a cat. He's more than a cat. He's a cat guy.
Mike Scott said you ain't Ezekiel. I agree with him, Mike. Hey, I agree with you. He got prophetic visions and all that stuff.
Oh,
you ain't seeing nothing. All you seeing is Ben down at St. Joe's talking about they making his mental illness worse because they keep flim-flamming him and all that other stuff. He ain't coming back, man. He working it to try to get his bread. Him and his agency is trying to do what they can to get him paid until he get traded. That's all they're trying. And Sixers doing their best not to pay.
I'm gonna go on the campus and I'm gonna see if I can talk to him a little bit next week.
Okay, all right, you do that. You do that. Do that. But
yeah, I don't think that. I think the league doesn't want Morey to. I'm not saying that Morey doesn't want to. I don't want to end up.
Mark,
see,
really?
this the other thing. People keep saying, "See, Ben Simmons is gonna mess up the Sixers." The Sixers was 8-2 with all the Ben Simmons talk, all the Ben Simmons speculation. The Sixers was 8-2 until Embiid got COVID. So I don't think that Ben Simmons talk was affecting the team like that. So if I'm Morey, that's why I don't have no problem with. Now I do think Morey's asking price is still too high. But the reason why I don't have no problem with if you have a team that's in contention, as is, I'm not going to give up a trading piece just to have another guy on the bench that might not even be better than the guys that we got playing right now.
Hey, Jackie, I agree with you. I think him and Harden is working on something. I agree. That's why Harden to be a Sixer next year. If not, maybe he'll get traded by the deadline.
If Morey could bring Harden into Philadelphia, that would be the greatest free agent signing ever for the Sixers. What other great free agent have the Sixers brought in here?
Harden not coming. Harden not coming here. When's the last time a top tier free agent came to Philadelphia?
Here's the difference. If you don't feel like he could win a championship this year with Durant, why would he come back?
Why would he not go to somewhere like Miami or somewhere like Phoenix or somewhere like the Lakers or somewhere
because maybe he don't fit into those places as well.
You want to be a star on a championship team. You don't just want to be a role player. He's not the age where I just want to be just trying to get a title. He's not a title chaser. He want to be a significant piece. He will be a significant piece with the 76ers. With Joel Embiid and him and Ben, that trifecta would be amazing.
Tim, see, every time you start making a point,
Ephraim, was my point good?
No, you said Ben. Ben is not here. Ben will not be here.
The complementary pieces such as
Ben will not be here.
All right. I just read the wrong article. I read an article that said they want all three, but maybe I'm wrong.
Listen, you are wrong. I mean, no, you're not wrong. They may want all three, but how you want a player who don't want to be here? Ben don't want to be here. He's not coming back no more. That's what I'm trying to tell these boys. Let him go. Let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah, Jackie, that's what I was saying. That's the one I was just reading, Jackie. The one where it said about Jeremy Grant for Ben Simmons and then bring Harden in. That's what I was saying. That it was saying that the Sixers was considering doing that, trying to do that. So we'll see. I would really rather focus on this year. So hopefully we can do the Jeremy Grant trade now and get him in here to be our starting small forward. And that way Danny Green could finish watching from the sideline and healing up his hammies.
Hey, who's a PA, not PA assassin, Sir Wesley. Ben ain't you right if he completely changes, but Ben's not completely changing. And I don't think Harden's coming. Harden wants to be courted, first of all. He wants to be wooed and finessed. And somebody said, like somebody said earlier, he want to go. He probably go somewhere like he want to go somewhere like Miami. We could party. He buying rappers chains and coats and little Mel back with the Mel purse bags and all that stuff. He buying rappers jewelry and all. That's where he at now. If anything, he might mess around going somewhere like Atlanta or something. I don't think he's coming.
I think he wants to really win a championship.
I think he like real women. No.
He fought his way out of Houston. He got fat, out of shape. He fought his way out of Houston so he can get to a championship. He said there's only two teams he want to play for. The 76ers of Brooklyn. He's in Brooklyn. He was in the offseason. He could have got a supermax deal with the Brooklyn Nets. He decided, I'm going to hold off. That means he's willing to take less money if he wants to be courted by other teams. So we are in the running. As simple as that.
I mean, listen, it'd be nice. I don't feel Harden is the player that he once was if they're going to continue to. Now, if they go back to calling fouls the way they did 2 years ago when Harden was averaging 36 points a game, yes, I would love that at Harden. I'm not overly motivated by the new Harden with the new rules. I don't think he's that good no more.
I think if you pairing him with somebody like Embiid, you telling me Embiid and Harden on a pick and pop, or you don't think Embiid and Harden on pick and pop would be deadly, or even Harden getting the open looks that Harden would get with an Embiid down here in the middle,
and that's free agency.
Or the passes Harden could. You talking about a guard that actually gets the ball to the big man. Remember how he made Capella. Ain't nobody know who Capella is.
Harden could dish.
That's what I'm saying. Like all those other things that Harden could do would be outstanding with Embiid.
And just 2 points with Harden. The fact that he's 32 years old, and I don't want to go back to Ben, but I'm just saying if you have Harden and Embiid on the same team and they both are offensively gifted, and then you have Maxey, you don't have to give up money by making a trade for him if you sign him in free agency. You don't have to give up talent. I mean, You don't got to give up the talent. You can keep the talent you have now. Now you're just adding to that talent because he's a free agent. It would be a perfect fit if we don't make it.
So do we even have the money to get Harden?
That's what I'm about to say. So we just re-signed B to the big contract. We talked about how big Toby contract is, and Ben
we was going to sign 2 free agents before. We was going to sign both Butler and Tobias. So we have the money. We
were going to, but then we re-upped. Embiid has the max now. So that is more. Embiid wasn't getting paid as much money back then when we was talking about bringing in.
We're not in one of the top 3 or 4 teams as far as salary goes.
Hey, Mark, that's what I was telling him, Mark. I don't think Harden. I've been watching Harden. I've been watching the Nets. I don't think he's the same player no more. Maybe he could get somebody made a good point about him having, he coming off the injury with the hamstring and all that. So he may be able to condition himself back into a little bit more of what we used to. But I think them free throws is killing his game. I really, really do. He could shock me and turn around, but I think them free throws killing Harden game. I think what you see of Harden right now is what you're going to get. So don't come here. Don't have Harden come in here and thinking he's going to be averaging. He the 36 a game Harden that we saw 3 years ago. He not that ball no more. Right now we're number 8 in the league in salary. Golden State is number 1 with 178 million. We had 144 million dollars. We can make something happen.
Yeah, especially once we get rid of Ben.
I'm saying adding. That's what I'm trying to say. We're adding. Keep Ben as a defensive specialist. Let him rock out. Let him be our Draymond Green. But then bring Harden in. Have Maxey as our scorer. Have Seth Curry.
No, seriously. We need.
Why y'all trying to take away?
Can y'all excuse us for a second? We got to talk to Tim. We need to intervene.
I'm just saying. Why y'all want to take away
that? And Tim. I remember I was down with Ben Simmons being who he was last year and having him on the team. He does not want to be here. He is mentally frazzled, and the Philadelphia fan base. He's burned that bridge. It's burned. He's talking about he's mentally tainted. And he hasn't even faced the fans yet. He couldn't even face his teammates. He couldn't look them in the eye. What makes you think he will ever be able to step foot in Philadelphia as a Philadelphia 76er and play in front of these fans?
Preach.
If we go back, if everybody go into quarantine again and no fans in the building, he'd be all right. That's just an option. All right, never mind.
Hey, listen.
Wait. Bubble Ben.
Yeah, but give us
Wayne said a mouthful, and that's I agree with all that. He's not coming back here, man. He's not. Get anybody who has aspirations of Ben coming back, please let it go. Herb, I know that's your boy. You want to see Ben do his thing. Tim, stop this. Y'all killing me with this. Stop. It's over. I'm out here trying to take care of my kids. And y'all doing this dumb stuff. It's over. It's over. I'm fighting for my life. It's over. He's done. He's not coming back. If you want to do the Harden thing, do you think Harden could come here and Morey could pull the strings and get his boy to come in? I'm cool with that. I think that's possible.
Game, Tim wakes up in the middle of the night like, Ben.
All right. I'm just saying. I'm telling you what the Sixers what their interest levels are, like what they want. And I'm saying that they can add.
Ooh, Ben.
All right. We're going to wrap this thing up. Do y'all got any final thoughts before we get out this piece?
I like to give a shout out to Mark because Mark did he recognized my man Curry. He said he was hot again tonight. Yes, he was. The ball is on fire. I got to give a shout out to.
Did you not see the poll? Did you not see the poll?
The poll said they cool with me talking about stuff.
No, they didn't. You lost by 80-20.
Listen, the fact of the matter is, I want to give a personal shout out to my boy. He's playing on a whole nother level. And I told y'all, and a couple of fans here, a couple people here agree with me that he is better than KD, like I've been telling y'all. And now they finally, it's funny because I've been saying this for several years, and now the talking heads is finally, oh yeah, it is a competition. He is the best player right now. Now all of a sudden he's the best, and all this other stuff like that.
Even if he's the best now, don't mean he was the best.
He may be the best right now because LeBron James is on the downside.
Exactly.
But the last couple of years, he wasn't better than LeBron.
I never said that. I said he was better. I always said it was LeBron and Steph and then KD.
No, but I'm just saying, you said the talking heads agreeing with you that he's the best player out there now. But the reason why we was discussing him not being the best player is because LeBron was still playing like LeBron.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just talking about as respects to him and KD. But now with LeBron, like you said, with LeBron on the downside, Steph is now the best player in the NBA.
Well, we're gonna give
it. Is he better than Giannis?
Yes. He's the most deadly. He's the most deadly player in the league right now.
Steph Curry right now. Steph Curry is playing.
I'm not going to take that away from him, but I mean, Giannis does more on the court than Steph does.
And Giannis' team is barely above 500.
All right.
Okay, that's his team right now, though.
But he's the reigning NBA champion. He's the reigning NBA champ.
And Steph gonna be the reigning NBA champ after this year.
I mean, you're a little disrespectful, Giannis.
No, Giannis got ball. Listen, but first of all, I think it's Steph, KD, and then Giannis with LeBron obviously on the downside. I'm not hating on.
Give KD the business in the playoffs.
No, they went to Game 7.
Then Giannis just kick him out the playoffs.
Game 7, that was a great series.
Then Giannis just kick him out the playoffs.
Giannis got a better team than the Nets did.
But you wasn't saying all that when you was ripping Harden for losing against Golden State. Golden State had the best team out of that.
But
Harden, now it's not.
But KD, no, we talking about KD showed up in that playoffs. Harden, a lot of them joints fell apart. KD balled out against Milwaukee all them games. The only game
KD also set out the whole season. He ain't come into play. He came in all fresh. Everybody else been playing all year.
I agree.
KD said on the side and let Harden burn out his hamstrings, and then he want to come in trying to play hero ball. Then like you and Kyrie should have been there helping Harden all season, and y'all might have won.
Thank you, PA Sassy. He said he'd rather hear me talk about Steph than Tim talk about Ben. That is facts. That's all facts.
I didn't even talk about even.
No, I'm talking about Ben is comedy, but you talk about Steph is a little bit unnatural.
Moving on, congratulations to Bryce Harper on winning the National League's Most Valuable Player award for the Phillies. Congratulations, I think. What?
I agree, congratulations, but how does that happen? You don't even make the playoffs and you could be MVP of the league?
It did.
Baseball a little bit weird. I watch baseball and I like baseball, but that's a little bit weird to me.
Hey, Steph almost made. He was what, second runner up last year, and they was outside the playoffs. He was a hair away from beating the Bull.
He wasn't winning that, and that's because he didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's probably right. I agree with you.
All right, don't forget we'll be back on Saturday after the game. We'll be in Portland. Hopefully, we go on for a 2-game win streak. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification button. We are
Eagle Saints. Mr. Wing asked for y'all Eagle Saints prediction.
Oh, we gonna win. We beat them last year. That's
money in the bag.
Number. Yeah,
easy money.
Yeah.
So if we don't win, then
it's gonna be the defense fault.
See, don't come in here pumping your chest up. We gonna do this and another. Then when we lose, you want to come up with all kinds of excuses.
It's gonna be on the defense.
I hope Jalen and the Eagles build on what they did on offense and defense.
Yeah, they played well. The defense struggled a little bit, but
this day defensive coordinator, Gannon, he on a short leash for me. Is no way the historically bad numbers our defense has been putting up. Is no way his leash shouldn't be very, very short. But we'll see.
We'll see you after the game. Thanks for listening. Like,